This week, award-winning paleo food blogger and New York Times bestselling author George Bryant joins us to share his most delicious paleo breakfast recipes so that you can still enjoy your favorite comfort foods without the ill effects. We'll be whipping up pumpkin waffles, sweet potato biscuits and sausage gravy, and a savory sun-dried tomato and sweet potato hash with fresh farm eggs. Stay tuned to the end of today's episode where you'll discover how to win a waffle iron and George's beautiful cookbook, The Paleo Kitchen. I'm your host, Camille Macris, paleo chef, lover of good food and vibrant health. Each week, Camille's Paleo Kitchen brings you special guests, recipes, fun tips and tricks, along with a giveaway of one of my favorite kitchen tools that will leave you inspired and excited to cook at home for you and your family. It's all happening now on Camille's Paleo Kitchen. Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode number 9. Can you believe it? 9. So we are doing a super delicious episode with the caveman, civilized caveman himself, the one, the only, George Bryant. We are doing a really, really delicious episode from George's cookbook, The Paleo Kitchen. So do you want to tell them what we're going to be making today?
Yeah, I'd love to. So normally people think I just cook bacon, which is true. But today we're going to be doing a biscuits and gravy with a sweet potato breakfast skillet hash thingy-majigger and waffles. And everybody loves waffles. And my favorite thing about these waffles is you can make them in advance and freeze them.
I love batch cooking.
And
it's
then
like major points for that.
What I make up is it's less dishes, less stress, and the kids always have a breakfast to grab out of the freezer and throw in the toaster.
Yeah, because who wants to eat Eggo waffles?
No one.
When you can eat Georgia waffles.
The Georgia waffles. We are going to eat Georgia waffles today.
We should get cooking.
Yes.
All right, so...
So we're going to start with the sweet potato biscuits. Magic of television, the sweet potato is cooked.
You asked for a large sweet potato.
This is large.
Biggest sweet potato I've seen.
This is perfect. This is organic.
Yes. Non-GMO.
Non-GMO, or that's important. So yeah, we're gonna start with the biscuits. So we cook the sweet potato at 375 degrees for about 45 minutes, just till it's fork tender.
It's very fork tender.
Ready? We'll show you. Perfect.
Nice and soft.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start and we're gonna peel the flesh out of it. So what we're gonna do is just gonna mash the sweet potato up with the fork. And then we're going to add 3 eggs. Would you like to crack the eggs
I would love to. I have a question, though.
Yes.
So it just called for a large sweet potato. They're not all exactly the same size. Is it going to matter?
No. So what the sweet potato does, it's almost like the binder in this recipe.
Okay.
So we'll have instructions, and in the book we talk about it as well. You just want the biscuits to be able to stand up on their own firmness-wise.
Okay.
So you can kind of adjust, but I've actually found it's almost impossible to mess this recipe up. So as my philosophy, it has to be fun, it can't make any dishes, and it has to be easy.
Okay.
I have way too many brain injuries to remember complicated ingredients or processes.
Yeah, well, that will work on this show. We're all about that. Well, we don't like having that much fun.
No.
So
Let your sweet potato cool before you pop it in.
Or start to mix it so it doesn't...
Because we don't want to make a sweet potato custard. And if you start cooking your eggs, you're going to end up with a custard with warm sweet potatoes. So all you want to do, you just want to whisk the eggs, incorporate them in with the sweet potato, and make it like this lovely, lovely mash.
That looks good.
Mm-hmm.
It smells really good, too.
It does.
It's beautiful color.
Did you know that the darker the color of the sweet potato, the more antioxidants?
I was going to say more beta-carotene.
And beta-carotene in the orange ones. But when you go to the purple and the red ones, the darker, the better it is for you. So once we have the eggs and the sweet potatoes mixed, we're going to start adding in the seasoning. So this is coconut flour. Coconut flour in. And then once you mix in the coconut flour, a tip about coconut flour is once you start incorporating the coconut flour, you don't want it to sit for a long time.
Because it's like a sponge.
It is like a sponge. It is extremely dehydrated, and it will turn your food into like cement.
I know, it's so bad. I've had people be like, oh my gosh, I really wanted to make my gluten recipe paleo, so I just substituted the flour for coconut. I'm like, oh, that was a disaster.
If you want hockey pucks for your children, you can do that. This is baking powder. We're going to add that in. Once that's in, I don't like measuring out salt and pepper because it's different for everybody.
Yeah.
So I just tell people to season to your liking.
But I remember from last time that I like a lot more salt than you do.
You love a lot more salt than I do.
I know.
I specifically remember. This is what happened. I finished cooking a recipe for my segment, And Camille comes and tastes it. She's like, you could have used more salt.
Important things.
So now we have our chopped fresh herbs. This is rosemary.
I love rosemary.
So that's in. We'll get all of it.
I'm just going to go ahead and put some salt.
There we go.
And I'm going to put it in a little more.
Okay, and
I'm
then a
going to
little
put in a little bit of
pepper.
pepper.
If you guys wanted salt, you can have Camille come cook in your kitchen. And then we're going to add...
Listen, I haven't been getting no complaints, okay?
I'm not complaining. I'm just stating a fact.
I know.
Here we have some melted coconut oil. We're going to add that in. Coconut, the superfood. All we're going to do now is I'm going to put my fingers in food, because when you cook with your fingers, it adds love and flavor. Write that down. Okay, so all we're going to do now is we're going to scoop, drop biscuits. So, like a big tablespoon.
Here, you got one, I got one.
Yes.
Let's load these puppies up.
So we're just going to do that.
Oh, wow.
And
I
see?
don't know if it's going to help work with this one as well. Yours are going to be prettier.
That's all right. Someone has to win.
Might as well be you.
I personally like to make my biscuits smaller because I like having the little snack size.
Oh, okay.
But
we're going to have it with gravy.
Yeah, you can totally.
This is really just a vehicle for all of this delicious, creamy sausage gravy.
It is a vehicle.
This is probably. Are these going to expand?
They don't rise too much. They do rise a little bit. All right, so now we're just going to plop them in the oven. I heard you love breakfast sausage.
I do.
Okay. This
is delicious.
Sausage.
I know.
So it is delicious. You have case sausage, like Italian sausage, sweet Italian sausage, whatever the flavor choice you want. Just peel them out of the casing. You just want to get it to the rawest form. We've been preheating a pan on medium heat to saute the sausage. So we're just using a stainless steel pan. We're gonna.
That's actually our beautiful Salad Master pan.
It is a Salad Master pan. And it's smoking. So what you want to do when you put the breakfast sausage in the pan,
it's mixed it with a cheese spatula.
Mix it with a cheese spatula. If you have an ice cream scoop, that'll work too. We should record an episode on the many uses of kitchen utensils that no one knows they have.
That would be fun.
Because I didn't expect you to pull a cheese slicer out of the drawer. So what you want to do is you want to continue to brown the sausage. And I personally like a thick gravy.
Okay,
I like
chunky.
I like chunky.
Okay.
That's a better descriptive word, chunky. So I like leaving it in pretty big chunks. So we want to brown the sausage till it's pretty cooked. If you keep stirring, it'll probably take 4 or 5 minutes.
Okay.
And the brown bits on the bottom of the Salad Master pan
so good.
Are the best part.
Yeah.
We got a really good brown on this sausage now. So we're going to put all the dried sage in. Now what we do is we use coconut flour in this recipe to absorb up actually some of the oil from the pan.
There's not a whole lot.
There's not a whole lot
so
in
just
this one.
A little bit of
I'm
that?
going to use just a little bit of this.
Okay.
We're going to add some garlic powder.
Nice.
So now we're going to scoop in a can of full fat coconut milk. Use full fat.
Oh, these have been awesome lately. All of the ones I've been getting from this brand lately. Look at that.
That is pure
That is money.
flavor. So we're going to put that whole thing in the pan. Go ahead. In this recipe, I actually like to use the liquid to scrape up the bottom bits on the bottom of the pan. Because that's where all the flavor is in the bottom of the pan. Once the coconut milk is in, I just like to thicken up the gravy. If you have some of the coconut flour left over and you want to speed up the process.
Yeah, so how will that will that thicken by itself if we just continue to...
This will thicken a little bit by itself. We have arrowroot that we're going to start adding right now as well.
You don't want to just put the arrowroot directly into the hot liquid that you're thickening because it'll get all chunky. So I just added a little bit of water and it dissolves super easy. And now I'm going to dump it in.
Dump it in. And once you dump it in, you want to mix.
That actually looks like it's probably going to be enough.
Yeah, and if you notice, it immediately started to thicken.
Yep.
Arrowroot works really, really fast.
Ooh, that looks so good.
Doesn't it?
Holy moly.
And then you just added the fresh thyme.
I did. Perfect. I thought it was time for the time.
It was time for the time. Cheesy joke number 5. That's really hot.
Oh, it's so good.
Is it so good? Mm. I'm gonna use the cheese spatula. Oh my God.
It's really good.
That's better than I remember.
Okay, so we are going to let our biscuits finish cooking. That's ready to go. And now we are going to get started on our sweet potato, sun-dried tomato hash recipe.
So what are we doing?
Okay, so now we are making another one of George's amazing and super simple breakfast recipes. I love this one because this is really something that you can do at home, like before you're sending the kids off, whatever.
Totally. It's a quick one.
Yeah. So I already have my awesome Salad Master electric oil core that's been heating up.
I'm a big fan of cast iron. So number one, they're cheap. They're weapons of opportunity. So if anyone breaks into your house while you're cooking, you can defend yourself with the 25-pound cast iron skillet. I love cast iron for the flavor. I love having it properly seasoned and baking it up over time.
Yeah.
You know, so it's an amazing thing. Oh, do we need a spatula? We have a pie. What is this called?
I don't know, pie scoop?
A pie scoop.
I don't know if that's the official term.
We're going to use a pie scoop as a spatula.
So what do we have here?
This is pancetta.
Yum.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, so this is a, pancetta is basically just like bacon cut differently.
This recipe is actually a sun-dried tomato, sweet potato, like breakfast skillet thing, so.
But you could use this framework with the sweet potatoes and the eggs and throw in
totally
anything.
Anything you want. You can even use bacon if you want to. I prefer bacon.
You prefer bacon over pancetta?
I do. Well, I love them both. I think they both have their place. I just am a self-proclaimed bacon addict, so I feel like the rules.
I got George a little apron. It's a pig.
Yes.
Yeah,
what are you gonna do with these sweet potatoes?
Yeah, so I have the Salad Master machine. You guys have seen me use this in episodes before, but you can cube it up. That's fine.
And this like fits under the pan.
Yeah. So we're just gonna
genius.
pop that under because you said you don't like to use extra dishes, so I thought we definitely need to use our Salad Master. So I'm just gonna.
What? Oh my God, I want one of these. This is insane.
Yeah. Okay, is that enough, do you think?
Yeah, let's go with it.
Okay, so now we're just...
We're gonna saute the sweet potatoes down. You can do your Camille salt seasoning. I feel like that could be a term on your show.
Camille salt seasoning?
Like it's Camille Salt Corner.
So this is really nice. This is really beginning to develop a lot of flavor here. Just like the nice browning of the pancetta.
Actually, the pie scooper works great getting the brown bits off the bottom of the pan. So if you have one, make sure you use it. So we just want these sweet potatoes to soften up a bit.
Okay, let's add other stuff.
We're gonna go with some onions.
Let's use the Salad Master.
I'm gonna slide it in. I like it. Do you peel the onions?
No, so I just cube it and then I just run it over.
We got the caramelized sweet potatoes, the caramelized onions.
And it is smelling. I can really smell it now,
that pancetta getting like a nice brown on it. I'm gonna reach over and start stirring
and of course you can use a knife. We still like knives.
Whoa, those onions are making me cry. Woo! So my favorite thing to do with this dish with the eggs, you can scramble it in. I love to kind of make like a little pie bottom and make some wells and crack the eggs on top of it.
Nice.
Just because it looks pretty.
Nice.
And that way you can Instagram it. And then you can tag us.
Yes.
Totally.
At Paleo Kitchen TV and
Civilized Caveman.
boom.
Yes. All right, so now we're gonna add in our sun-dried tomatoes. We're just gonna sprinkle those in. We're gonna give it a nice stir. Take the eggs and just crack them right on top.
Okay.
And they'll kind of just fall in and make like a little well.
Okay.
But you know, we love when everything tastes better. And always crack your eggs on a flat surface. And if you crack them on a flat surface, no shells go in your eggs.
Oh, there you go. There's
Genius,
a
right?
civilized caveman tip for you.
So you're gonna just put your 4 eggs in there. I personally love when these steam.
Yeah, so just cover it up.
We'll just cover it up for a minute.
And while those cook, why don't we make I have this turned down a lot lower now, so it's going to cook a little bit more slowly, but we can make our pumpkin waffles while that happens.
Oh, pumpkin waffles.
And then we'll be ready to eat.
Yes.
Woo-hoo!
Eating time, great.
Feast.
I don't even know. I'm going to eat it all.
No, you're not.
Yeah. So now
we're going to make waffles.
Waffles. Pumpkin waffles to be exact. So
I love them.
If it's cold, you'll love this recipe.
Why does it have to be cold to love this recipe?
Well, I always get complaints that like it's not pumpkin season.
Well, you eat it with ice cream if it's not cold.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I actually think every season is pumpkin season.
And ice cream waffle season too.
Ice cream. Do you make an ice cream sandwich out of waffles?
We could.
Totally.
Oh my God, let's do that. Wait, can I ask you one thing about ice cream?
Yes.
Because I'll bet they're thinking over there, what are you talking about, George? Ice cream's not paleo.
Totally.
What would you do? What do you say to that?
The easiest way is to freeze bananas and throw them in a blender.
Yeah.
Add a little bit of flavorings. My favorite thing to do is to make ice cream out of full-fat coconut milk. I actually have 4 ice cream recipes in the Paleo Kitchen.
What?
Okay, yeah.
It's a good thing these are fast.
Well,
Otherwise, I'd be mad.
I'm the boss.
You are.
You peel the bananas and put them in the blender.
Okay. Yes, boss. Chief. Chief boss, civilized
Chief
caveman.
boss, caveman. We're gonna go with the pumpkin first.
Oh.
I really just said that because you already cracked an egg and I wanted to stop you.
I know it's like all going in the blender as if it matters what order.
The order doesn't matter, but it matters when Camille is getting told what to do.
I am so gullible. I'm so gullible. I've been a chef for 15 years. I'm like, oh my God, I put in an egg first. Anyway.
So we started with bananas, then we
Yeah.
added some eggs and pumpkin puree because these are pumpkin waffles.
Yes.
Now we're gonna go coconut oil.
We're going to leave a little bit.
Leave a little bit out. Yep.
Our
I like to
pan.
save the coconut flour for the end because I don't want it sitting in the blender because remember
yeah,
we
know
talked
what-
about earlier.
Yeah, we know what happens there.
Yeah. So now that's your vanilla.
Boom.
Yep. And we're gonna do almond butter. You need to scrape all this deliciousness. I'm addicted to almond butter. Here's the tip of the day.
Okay.
Phytic acid. Almond butter.
Yeah. So we have talked about soaking your nuts.
Yes.
And that,
soak your nuts.
That does help to get the phytic acid off, which is an enzyme inhibitor. And so, yeah, but we don't really have that ability when we have nut butter.
But if you're buying nut butter, if you buy roasted nut butter, or even they do sprouted like soaked almond butter and things like that, it is the best because it removes like 95% of the phytic acid.
Roasting does too?
Roasting. So the combination of soaking and roasting together is maximum.
Oh.
Soaking itself is more, you get like 60%, but roasting will eliminate and cook off about 30% of them as well. All we have to add now is the pumpkin pie spice and a little pinch of salt. I like to mix it before I add my leavening agents and the coconut flour.
Okay.
There we go. That's some pumpkin pie spice. You can also make pumpkin pie spice at home. I'm sure you can teach
Say that
me
5
how to-
now I want
I'm
you
sure
to
you can
say-
make pumpkin pie spice at home, pumpkin pie spice at home, pumpkin pie spice. I probably should have said that when the blender's going because it's going to be really loud. Oh, by the way, before we started,
Yes.
we preheated our waffle iron.
Perfect to what temperature?
It's different for different manufacturers.
Okay.
I found with paleo waffles, they need to cook a little bit slower so they don't burn.
Okay.
So I always go to
That
like a
makes sense.
medium low.
Medium low for paleo waffles. Check.
So I have like 7 heat settings on here, and I go between a 3 and a 4.
Got it.
Got it. Okay, so we're gonna blend. Is there a lid to here? We're just gonna do this.
That works.
I don't know how to use this. Oh, I figured it out. Hi.
No, not yet. No. With Vitamix, you really want to do it. Start it low, and just.
Okay, so now we're gonna add a teaspoon each of the baking powder and baking soda. This will help them rise in the waffle maker.
Should I put this in now too?
Yes, dump
Okay.
the coconut flour.
All
in.
of it?
All of it.
All right.
Do you want to have the honors because this is the. Okay, so we're just gonna lightly use this cute little makeup brush that I make up, and we're just gonna get a nice little coconut oil coating. The dough, you can play with the consistency. If it gets a little too thick, you can
Okay.
add an egg if you want.
Okay.
But I kind of like it thick because I like dense
Okay.
waffles, so I'm just gonna pour. And I like to pour right in the center, and then what that does is it spreads out when I close the lid. But with this waffle maker, this is a four big Belgian waffle maker, so
Okay.
it really depends. You can have an individual one, you can have a circular one.
Okay.
You can even use this recipe and turn it into pancakes if you want to pan fry
Oh
it.
yeah, that makes sense.
You know, it depends on your dishes.
Yes.
Sometimes waffle makers are a pain in the booty to clean.
Yes. Okay, so we're just going. How long are these going to cook?
I normally give them about 5 to 6 minutes.
Okay.
It has a green light that goes ding, ding, ding.
And is that
when it's
trustworthy?
done. It's pretty accurate on this waffle maker
Okay.
because I've tested it exclusively.
Right, but you may, even if yours has that setting, it may.
Yes,
not
you
be
may
100%.
want to pull them up, check it.
Yeah.
And if you keep the heat low, it's really hard to burn the waffles. So
Okay.
you can normally smell
Yes.
when they get pretty close to done. Like
I'm smelling them now. Okay, so we are going to let those finish cooking. We are going to come back and show you all of our finished dishes and show you how you can win your own waffle maker, copy of George's book, and a $50 gift certificate to TX Bar Organics. Our waffles are going to be done in just a couple minutes.
Yep. And then now we're going to teach you or tell you or inform you how to win everything we talked about
Everything we've already talked about
with magic.
with magic.
You ready? What's the word?
Abracadabra, hocus pocus,
Paleo! Oh my God, paleo works!
It's magic! Well, we got your amazing pumpkin waffles. Oh my gosh, this is delicious. I just want to dump a whole, hey,
What?
I don't know, go.
I'm going to talk with my mouth full. We got the biscuits and gravy.
Yes,
I just spit waffle.
yum.
What's this?
Oh, this is our amazing hash with our sun-dried tomatoes and our little nestled nest of egg.
The nestled nest of eggs, and then we have a copy of my book.
Yep. Your own waffle maker.
Yep, and you can win all of this.
Yep, and a gift certificate to TX Bar Organics.
Oh, for meat.
Yep, for some really, really delicious grass-fed beef.
Totally, you could actually make that with grass-fed beef.
Yeah, I was thinking that would be really, really good. So all you gotta do is make one of these recipes that you saw here today. And you're going to go, you could make it as an ice cream sandwich if you like, as long as you do it with coconut milk-based ice cream. And you're gonna go to paleokitchen.tv and just enter in your information. And then when you put your picture up on Instagram, you just do #Paleogasm, and you will be entered for a chance to win.
Paleogasm.
And I just want to let you know now what is up for next week, so you will stay tuned. Next week, we have a really awesome guest coming in all the way from sunshiny Florida, Tony Federico, who is the author of a really, really delicious, succulent paleo grilling and entertaining cookbook. That's what we're going to talk all about.
Totally. All right.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. We hope you had as much fun as we did.
Our waffles collapsed.
Oh, no.
Ignore that.
Get in the kitchen and cook this week. These recipes are simple. They're delicious. Only a couple ingredients. They leave you feeling great.
And have fun.
And have fun, too.
And that's all.
Okay.
High
Bye,
five.
everyone. Yes.
Fun! Oh, Camille, you make chopping vegetables look so good.
Thanks, George.
You're welcome. Good practice.
Thanks.
We can film now.